nobody here? No. What DevOps? So let's try to understand the first what is this. Okay. And then this was okay. That will give you that. So all of you know that after learning the AWS DevOps, after becoming the IT engineers, right? That's going to do the job. The IT, right? It is not like you are going to learn AWS DevOps, you are going to learn tools and technologies, and you are doing jobs somewhere else. It will be an IT company who is going to utilize your skills. Okay. Now, what is the IT company do? Okay, so they require almost my case of no. Do you want to say something? So if you don't want to say, so please try to mute yourself whenever you have some doubt or something that you can mute or you can put in chat. Okay. Okay. So I was saying that we know that all of our skills, whatever the IT skills you are going to learn, everything is going to be utilized by the IT company. Okay. So we should know that why IT company is going to hire the DevOps engineer, why IT companies is going to hire the software engineers, why they are hiring the testing engineers. What is the purpose for that? So all the IT companies, okay, all the IT companies have only one goal. Okay, what is the goal for the IT company? They have to create application, they have to create software, they have to launch website. These are their goals. Okay. No IT company is in the market who is not creating the application, who is not creating the software, not creating the website. Because at last, all of them have to do that. Okay. So once we got the idea that, okay, IT can build the application, going to build the software, build the website. So how we can build the website, how we can build the software. Okay. So to build the software, we have to write the code. Okay. Again, we have to write the code. Okay. How we can interact with the computer. Okay. So that programming language can be anything: Java programming language, Python programming language, Go programming language. Okay. If some company is working on Java programming language, they are going to hire the Java software developer. Okay. If the company is going to work on the Python programming language, they are going to hire the Python developers, like that. This idea also that company's goal is to create the software, create the application, and to create the application and to create the software, the first thing we require is we have to write the code. Okay? Without writing the code, you cannot develop the application. Okay. So now let's try to see the flow that if I'm going to create a website, if I'm going to create a application, so what are the steps we have to do? Okay. So basically, uh, okay, yes. Okay. So when we talk about what are the flow we are going to, the thing is proper plan. Okay. Without proper planning, you cannot do it. Okay. If you want to create a shopping website, develop a game, right? If you want to create a normal website, if you want to create some website for the restaurant, okay, we have to first plan that what are the things we require. So take an example. Our goal is to create a shopping website. Okay, our goal is shopping website. So shopping website examples are Flipkart, Amazon, Myntra. There are so many different examples are there. Okay. So if we talk about the shopping website, so for the shopping website, what are the components? Tell me. Like what are the usual thing you see on all the shopping website, the features like in the Facebook app, add to friend list, right? We see the add to a story section, reels section. Similarly in the shopping website, what are the section you see? Anybody can you type in chat or you can speak also? Like in Facebook we see, right, there is a home, then there is a add to friend list, there is a notification page. Similarly in the shopping website, what are the things you can do? Categories, okay, categories page. Any other thing? Anybody? One is add to cart, right? Once we get the product, then we add it to the cart. Similarly, notification page is also there if some notification is coming. Then the payment page is there if you want to do the payment, forward it to the payment page and where we complete our payment, right? If you want to get the support, help, anything, right? So support or chat page is also there. Yes, login page is also there. That is also correct. Login page is there. So these all are the different phases of the shopping website. Okay, so if somebody is going to create the shopping website, you have to write the code for all these things. So take an example, in our company there are 5 developers. So for some of the developer, I said they're login page. Okay, some of the developer I said him that you have to going to page, you are going to work on the add to cart page, and they will start to do the work. So this all under the planning. That what are the page we are going to create, how to do this, everything will be covered in the planning. Okay. Once the proper planning is done and we assigned all the work that how you are going to do everything, okay, then the second step will be writing the code. After proper planning, there will be writing the code. So here developer will be writing the code. So since there are this many developers who is going to write all these projects every, so take an example here, 100 files got created. There are different files will be created, different coding files will be created for different 100 files created. Okay, after spending 10 days, 15. So once code is ready, the next step is build. What is the build here? So if we talk about when we download the Amazon application, download the Flipkart application, are they saying us that you have to download 10 different applications? One application will be showing you, other application will be showing you to the add to cart function, third application is going to show you the notification. They are combining everything and they are keeping it in a single application. Okay, they are keeping it in a single application. So how they are keeping it in a single application, all these functionality. So that is with the help of the builds. Okay, so there are different build tools are available in the market. Okay, their work is to combine files together. If there are 100 files you are providing to them, all the files they will combine and single file. Okay, and that file can be in any format. Okay, so whenever you are downloading any software, so you download some app, everything, right? So if you download it for the Windows, so the format is .exe format, right? .exe format. Similarly, if I am going to download an Android application, anybody know that which format Android application comes in which format? Windows comes in .exe. Android, anybody know that? Like when we download some application without a store, right? So we search in the Google, we go to some download page of that application and we try to download that file. After that, we install it. So that file is downloaded it in which form? Remember, anybody? No? Okay. Have you heard about the APK? Anybody here? Have you heard about any time APK format? Yes, right. So APK format is for the Android. Similarly, for the Linux machines, okay, again, these are a different operating system. So required .rpm format. Okay. So different format is there. So what they will do is they will combine all these files together, create a single file like this. Okay. Similarly, if your code is written in Java programming language, they will create a file. Okay. Like this here. So this file is basically all the content of all these 100 files in a single file, plus in human readable language. Okay, this jar file if you are going to read, or this APK file you are going to read, human readable language. What is the human readable language? So again, to understand, if you know something about the programming language or have you heard about it, so language we are talking about like Python, Java, C++, this readable language only human can understand. Because in all the programming language we write the syntax like this, print, that we write that you have to print hello. So these things will be understood by the human. Computer does not understand what is print, what write. Computer understand only the binary language. So whenever you are converting the build files, what they will combine all these files together, okay, and then they convert in language, not in the human readable language. They create it in the machine language. Machine language is binary code, 0 and 1. And in this machine language, they will save this .jar file, all these files, everything you have saved. Okay. So this is the build file with all the files. Once this build file is created, right, that means our entire application is created and comes in a single file. Then what we have to do is the next step is we have application, right? Before making this application public for our, okay, what we have to do is we have to do the proper testing of this application. Until and unless we are not doing the testing, how we can verify that whether this application is working perfectly fine or not? Okay. So if you want to test the application that whether login page is working or not, you'll do the testing. So you will write a username, then you will write a password. And if this is a correct combination on login, so it should be logged in. Okay, but if I'm giving some wrong combination, like username is correct, password is wrong, then it's that you have incorrect username and password. Okay, but even after wrong password, you are able to log into your application. That means this testing is getting failed, right? But if all the testing case, like after writing the credit card details, everything, the payment, that means this is success. People are able to get the notice, so this is success. So we'll check all the cases that one by one. Okay. And once the testing team will approves, okay, once the testing team will approve, everything is working perfectly fine. Okay. Then only we are going to proceed. So till now, what we done? We done the proper planning. We write the code, build file, combining all these files together. Then we tested the application. Okay. After testing the application, we have to do three things. First thing is the second thing is the operate, and third thing is the monitor. Okay. Deploy is we are going to run this application somewhere, so our customer will be able to connect to that. Operate is we'll make sure that our application is running 24 into 7. Okay. It is not like you are going to hit www.facebook night and Facebook is saying that please come in the morning, I will be able to show you the website in the morning. No, our applications will be active for 24 into 7. We don't know when our customer is going to come to visit our website, right? The website should also be open for 24 into 7. So we have to make sure our application is working perfectly. But again, by mistake also, because these all are the machinery thing only, right? So there can be problem happen like in the midnight, our application crash, our application is, so there will be a proper monitoring team will be there. Okay, whose work is to keep monitoring. If some error is going to come, okay, like take an example, they notice error customer is facing. Customer is not able to do the payment. Okay, payments they are not able to do it. So in that will do is this monitor team. They send a message to the planning team. Okay, they will send a message or they will send a email to the planning team that our application is not working. Payment page is failing. So now this planning team, they will contact to the developers who created this payment page, because payment page is getting failed, right? So now developer will check what was the problem. If some problem is in the code, he will change the code. Again, build team is going to create a new build file. Again, testing team will quickly check everything that the new perfectly fine or not, and then they will deploy that. And then customer will be able to see the new website, new payment page, and problem will be resolved. So is this flow is clear to all of you that what the IT company do? Or any question in this, anybody in this flow? All of you can interact. There is no doubt. Okay. You can keep it in chat also. You can speak also. One people it is clear. What about others? Are you able to understand all these steps? Plan, code, build, test, operate, monitor. Oh, great. So let's come to the next part here. So once you got this, right? So now we're thinking that, okay, all these things is done by the developers, testing team, build team, deployment team, operating team. But where this DevOps comes in the picture, right? That will be the one of the questions for you. Till now we got that for IT company, they do all these works to develop the application. But where this DevOps comes in the picture, okay? So again, to understand this, that where this DevOps comes to the picture, so let me show you. So whatever the things I written here, okay, whatever the things I written here in this set, take an example, we are writing something like this: plan, code, build. These are the flow. If you remember, plan, code, build, and test. So whatever the things we are doing in the code works, okay, this is done by whom? This is done by the developers team. Developers team. Or you can say it as a developers, and that will be correct. Okay, developers and testing. Okay. Similarly, the other about, okay, plan, code, build, test, and then we talked about deploy, operate, and monitor. Okay, these three comes under the IT and operation. Okay, IT and operation. Okay, so the first is the developer and testing team. Second team is known as the IT and operation team, who is going to manage this work. So from the developer and testing team, we get the word called dev. Okay, and for the operation team, we call ops. Okay, and if you are going to combine both the things together, then it will become that. Okay, then that means DevOps is, and see, if you are thinking that DevOps is a tools, DevOps is something like that, everything is wrong. Okay, DevOps is just rules and regulation. Okay, DevOps is a methodology. Okay, they are explaining you that how you can implement all, how you can deploy your application quickly, how you can make your customer happy. Okay, you will be able to handle if your some website is crashing, if people is facing some difficulty, how fastly you can solve them. So everything will be told by the DevOps. Okay. So DevOps engineer is basically making this work simpler. So to understand, like when the developer team was not there, or when the DevOps methodology is not implemented, so what can be the problem will be there. Okay. So to understand this problem, let me show you in the PPT section. So these are the developers and these are the open team, right? Both are working together. Developer and tester team work is to plan the code, right? Write the code, build that code, and test the code. These four things they have to do, and this operation team have to deploy, operate, and monitor. Okay. What the developers team done is they did everything and they created the build file. Okay. Now testing team tested the code also that yes, application is working perfectly fine. But when this developer and testing team, okay, send that particular application file, whatever they created, and after doing all this research, after testing team verify, and when they send that application to the operation team, that I created this application, you can deploy this application and you can make customer public, though, so customer can download that application and they can connect to our server everything. Okay. But when this operation team is trying to install that application in their personal laptop, in their personal mobile phone, everything, okay, to proceed ahead. So they are saying that I'm not able to install the application. Okay. And for that part, they are started blaming to the developer and testing team that whatever the application you given to me, that is not working. Okay. But this developer and tester team will definitely already tested that application. That application is working perfectly fine in my mobile phone, in my laptop. I don't know why you are not. And there will be a blame game is going to happen. Operation team is going to put the blame on the developers team that your application is not running. Developer team is going to put the team that it is running in our laptop. So your laptop is faulty or you are not able to run your application, then it is your problem. It is not our headache, right? So that type of the problem must come. If this type of the conflict will happen, what is going to happen with the IT company? IT company have to deliver the application, right, to the customer on the time. And if this type of the delay is going to happen, then definitely customer is not going to like that particular IT company. And from the next time, that customer is going to use some other IT company, okay, and they will give their contract to that particular company to create the application everything. And it will be really going to affect the IT business of that particular company. Okay, so we have to solve this problem that this developer team and testing team and this IT operation team should work together by sitting together. Okay, that this team don't put the blame on this team. This team is not going to put the blame on this team. They should work together. If some problem is coming, they will sit together. They will fix all these things. That all things is taken care by the DevOps. Okay, who is helping this to implement this type of the methodology that developer and testing team and operation team should work together by using the different tools, right? So that is known as the DevOps engineer. So DevOps engineer is going to use multiple tools like Maven, Git, right? Gradle, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, okay, CloudWatch, Prometheus, Grafana, all these things DevOps engineer will use it, okay, to make sure that this developer and testing team should not come in fight with this operation team, okay, and they should work together. If some problem is coming, they will try to fix it together, okay. DevOps engineer done is, okay, they created this type of the flow. What this flow is, they will do the proper planning and then they will write the code. Okay. So currently the developers are writing the code in their personal laptop, right? So DevOps engineer said that rather than writing the code in this personal laptop, what you can do is you can upload a code and GitHub like tools. Okay. What these tools are doing, again, we'll be learning in much more detail, so you don't have to worry about. But till now, you can just understand it is a tool, okay, which is going to help us to upload our code, okay, just like a Google Drive. What you do, you upload your documents, you upload your files to the Google Drive, okay. Exactly same way we can upload the code to the GitHub, okay. Upload the code to the Git and GitHub. Then what they have to do is there is a tool called Jenkins, okay. Again, that will be complex for you to understand everything in a single class. Okay, but just let me give you a flow. Even if you are understanding 5 to 10% discussion, okay, that's well and good. But when we'll be doing a deep understanding of all these topics one by one, that time we'll be able to understand. Okay. So Jenkins is a tool which is going to take the code from the GitHub and they will pass it to the build team. And once the build team, with the help of this software, they are going to create a build file. Okay. Then again, Jenkins will take that build file and they will pass in that can you do the proper testing of this build file? So testing team will do the testing everything. Okay. And once the testing is working perfectly fine, testing say that yes, everything is working fine. Then Jenkins will take that particular build file and they will pass it to the deploy team. Now deploy team are using some software, everything there. Okay. And take an example, they are not able to install that application or something, right? Then what will happen is Jenkins team is going to send a message to the developer that this particular deployment team is not able to deploy the code and they are facing this difficulty. So this coding team can guide them, okay, how to deploy it. And to understand the situation, why this situation is coming, just take a simple example. With this example, it will be clear to you. So just think like this: you went to your friend's home. Okay, you went to your friend's home and you saw that he's playing a game. Okay, he's on his laptop. Okay, he's in his personal laptop. Okay, now you like that game. Okay, and you ask that, can you provide me this game file? So what your friend done is, he okay, and in that pen drive he copied all the game files. He copied all the game files. All of you are able. There is no disturbances coming from my side. I think my earphone sound microphone battery is low, so that's why. You are not able to get any disturbance, right? All of you. Okay. So in the pen drive, we copied all the files, everything game files. Okay. And that pen drive he given to me. Okay. And when I came to home, okay, when I came to home, I tried to attach this pen drive to my personal computer. Okay. And when I tried to install this particular game, okay, from this pen drive to my personal computer, that game is failed. Okay. It is failed. It is not installed. Okay. If it is not, then what is the usual thing you will going to do? Just tell me the true answer. Like if you went to your friend, you asked the pen drive, right, to give me the game file, and when we take that game is not getting installed. What is the usual thing you do the next day? Anybody? What you will do in this scenario if this game is not getting installed in your anybody? Are you not going to do anything? Should I assume that? Okay. Are you going to call your friend or not? Okay. Call your friend, and then we'll be saying that whatever the game you copied in the okay, that is not getting installed. You did not copy the file correctly, right? Basically, you are going to put the blame on your friend, and exactly same thing they were doing. Okay, exactly same thing. Operation team is doing to the developer team, and developers team, like your friend is saying, repeat the game. Okay, I installed from that particular pen drive only, and in my laptop it is working. It is your problem that you are not able to install in your laptop, right? So why that problem is coming, right? Now we have to guess the reason, okay, that why this game is not going to be installed in my personal laptop. There can be multiple reasons for this, okay? Single answer for this, there can be multiple answers, okay? And it is not like all the answers are correct or something like this. We have to just find, right, that can be a reason. So anybody can tell that what can be the possible reason why this game is not installed in this laptop? There is no correct answer for this. Just you have to guess it. That what can be the reason? No, maybe compatibility. Yeah, so you can be a little bit more specific that maybe RAM CPU requirement is not getting fulfilled. Okay, RAM CPU requirement, like my laptop have only 4 GB RAM. Okay, and that game require 8 GB RAM or 16 GB RAM. So in my laptop, it cannot be RAM, right? So RAM CPU issue can be there. Any other reason? Some files, when he was copying the files in the pen drive, okay, maybe some files can be missing. Okay, that can be one more reason. Okay, maybe he was playing that game on the Mac OS, okay, and I am having the Windows laptop, right? So maybe the OS version mismatch can be also possible, right? Other than that, what can be the more reason for this? Maybe when you are downloading some game or when you are installing some game, they say that some of the driver is missing, right? If the driver is missing, that particular game cannot be installed. So drivers can be, okay. So like this way, there are unlimited number of reasons is there. Okay. But in the real time scenario, we are not going to think of all these reasons. We'll simply do a call and we'll blame all these things to our friends. Okay. And exactly same things this developers were doing. Okay. This developer were saying that we tested the code and everything is working in my laptop. I don't know why you are not able to run it. Okay. And this operation team is saying that we are not able to deploy. That means your application is not working properly. Okay. And to solve this problem, DevOps engineer is going to come, okay, and they will implement different tools and technology that this communication will be a smooth, okay, they don't have to fight everything, okay, and there are some technology will be going to develop, okay. In that, you can share the application from this developer side to the operation team, okay. Have to manually download any extra software. They don't have to think of the OS version mismatch. They don't have to think about the RAM, CPU requirement, everything. They have to just run that application and they will be able to run it. Okay. With the help of which tool it can be possible. So there is a tool called Docker that again will be going to learn in our training that time. Okay. So now, once you got the idea, like what the IT company do, what's the term called dev is there from this ops system, what the DevOps engineer do. Okay. So let's discuss about the syllabus. Okay, how we are going to cover this. Okay. So in the syllabus, we'll be starting first with the basic of the DevOps only, where we'll be understanding what is the DevOps tools and technology, everything. Okay. Once we cover that part, then we are going to divide our syllabus in three terms. Okay. First will be the Linux, second will be the AWS, and third will be the DevOps. Okay. In the Linux operating system, okay, just like Windows operating system, Mac OS operating system, similarly one more operating system is available in the market, Linux. Okay. So first we'll be going to switch to the advanced level. Okay, we'll be seeing all the components. Plus we'll be seeing the scripting also. Okay, we'll be seeing the scripting also. Once we'll be covered with the Linux plus Linux scripting everything, then we'll be start to learn the Git. Okay, plus one more thing we'll learn is Git and GitHub. Okay, and I said that Git and GitHub is a tool which is helping us to. Okay, that we'll learn. Once this entire learning is going to be done, then we'll start with the AWS cloud. Okay, and we'll see all the different services of the AWS cloud. Okay, as a perspective. And once we'll be complete with the AWS, then in the DevOps part, we are going to learn different tools and technology. Okay, Git, Git and the starting only. And other tool in the DevOps will be learning is the ansible. Then we'll be learning the Docker. We'll be learning the Kubernetes, right? We'll be learning the Jenkins. We'll be learning the maven, Tom, right? SonarQube. We'll be learning Terraform. Okay. So these all are the things we'll be learning in the DevOps, right? One by one, we'll be seeing all these things, so you don't have to worry about, okay, what is the use of Ansible, what is the use of Docker. We'll be seeing this, okay, but this will be our flow, okay. And on everyday basis, you'll be getting the handwritten notes, okay. You'll be getting the lab recordings, you'll be getting the lab files, okay. So let me show you how the lab files looks like. Like, take an example, if you are doing the Git and GitHub lab, right? So we'll be providing you this type of the document with the proper screenshot, everything, okay, which you can do the practice also. And we'll do all this practical by seeing all these things on it, okay. And all the examples we are going to discuss will be real world scenario basis only. So you don't have to worry about from the first day of the training. Okay. You are going to understand the situation of the real world work only. Even in the first class itself, you'll see that there are so many discussed, right? And we try to impact all these things, what the IT companies are doing, what the DevOps engineer are doing. And similarly, there will be theoretical part also, that document also will be provided. Okay. And that document will look like something like this. Okay, like take an example, if I are teaching the Git, right? So we'll be providing you of the document also by which you can prepare for your interview basis. Okay, in that interview, this is going to help you for your practical implementation. This lab file is going to help you. Okay, and And everyday basis we'll be going to upload the recording also. So after the class, after half an hour, 1 hour, you'll be able to get the recording also. So you can revise it at any time. Okay. So this will be flow of our training. And now if you have any question in this, you can ask. Anything like for today's learning or any other topics on to ask question or regarding syllabus if you have any doubts. Have any doubts? Mm-hmm. Okay, everything is clear. In syllabus thing, anybody have any doubts like syllabus, what are the syllabus will be covering? So don't worry, as a DevOps engineer, what are the things will be required? Okay, everything will be covering from scratch. Second thing, if somebody will be thinking that we are from the non-technical domain, right? So we'll be able to understand or not. So you don't have to worry about, everything will be covered from the basic, right? And even if you are able to understand 10 to 15% of content, okay, whatever I deliver today, okay, then don't worry, you'll be able to understand easily. Yeah, I said you right, we'll be providing the notes, right? We'll be providing you the handwritten documents also that is going to help you for interview. And once you selected in the job, right, that time the lab practical is going to help you, right? So that also will be providing you. Okay. And everything will be doing, first we'll be learning why we are learning that. Okay, like we saw that what is DevOps, why we are requiring the DevOps engineers. Once we'll see all this scenario, then we'll start to do the practical. And for every topic, we are going to see like this only. Why Git was created, why GitHub was created, what was the problem people facing when Git was not there. Okay. Then how to implement the Git, how to install the Git. These all things we'll see like that. So notes perspective and recording perspective, you don't have to worry about, everything will be good.
Practical notes you will be providing that individual can do their own way.
Yeah, practical lab file will be doing like whatever the lab file I am going to do practically, right? So we'll be providing the document basis like this else. Okay, so you can read it and you can do the practical. Okay, like these all things will be showing you in the classes, right? But if somebody want to do everything by seeing this document, so you can just see this command, the output of this screenshot, everything, and you can do it, right? So you don't have to do it.
Yeah, connecting to the Linux server and how to do the practical, and this all step by step will be there in the as classes goes on. You will be sharing the notes.
Yeah, as like whichever topic, like take an example. Currently, I'm teaching you how to create the AWS free direct, right? So that time I will be sharing you this document. By seeing this document, you will be able to create this document, AWS account, right? By following these all steps. Similarly, when we are teaching you how to connect to the EC2 instance, everything, then I will share you this document, okay? And in which by seeing all these things, you can create the account. And these all things I will explain you in class also. So okay.
And this, connecting to the Linux servers, this is chargeable or it will be free of use till we learn?
See, this AWS free tier account, right? We are going to create. This account will be free for 1 year, okay? And that AWS account will be more than enough to do our Linux practical as well. So you don't have to. Okay.
Okay.
AWS gives a free 1 year access, okay? And whatever the access that will be more than enough to do our all practical. Okay. Again, how to connect to the Linux server, how to create AWS account, everything we are going to discuss. Okay, once we'll start with the Linux, that time only I will talk to you about the creation of account. So before a Linux practical, okay, everybody will have the access to your Linux server machine, everything. Okay, so you don't have to worry. Then only we'll start with the practical. Any other thing, anybody?
What topic will cover in for the AWS?
AWS will be covering like EC2 instances will be covering the storage part, right? Will be covering the load balancer part, will be covering the IAM role, security part, okay, CLI part, database connectivity. So as a DevOps engineer, like whatever the things you require day-to-day work, right, will be covering. Auto scaling will be covering. Okay, will be monitoring.
Everything are not available for the free tier.
No, see, everything is not available for free tier, right? But see, some of the resources like in our classes, when we'll go for one in the Jenkins side, right? So for one or two machine, we'll require to create a EC2 instance, which cannot be done in the free tier, right? So for that time, we can create, and there will be some minor charges will come in your account, like take an example or something like that.
Okay, thank you.
You are able to hear me, right?
Yes, yes.
I will be not able to hear. Okay. So that is the thing. So you don't have to worry, right? Most of the services are free, but they have the limitation, right? See, storage is free, right? But they give you the limitation of 5G. Like in the Elastic IP is free, but they give you only one Elastic IP. It's like how we are. All the EC2 instances are not free. This T2.micro is this comes with one CPU engine. That is more than enough for 2 hours. For the 1% practical, we will require some, right? So for that, maybe some charges can come. You reckon $1 or $2, but that is minor charge. Even that charges also you don't want to pay. Simply come to the support, okay, and get a ticket and just say that you are using the AWS for testing, and you are unaware of the fact that it is charged. They will revert that.
Okay.
Just have to tell them that you are the student and you are the there will be no any. Fine. Any other thing? So if that is fine to all of you, okay, then we can conclude for today, okay, and in the next demo we'll meet, okay, and we'll see a little bit more about that, okay. Thanks all of you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you.